In this webinar, I will be considering the school admissions process, both primary and secondary, looking at the legislation underpinning those processes, as well as the guidance and requirements on admission authorities. I will then be looking at the appeals process, of course, as well as other possible routes of challenge available to parents and how we, as solicitors and legal professionals, can support them through the process. Parents often come to us at the point that they've been offered a school which is not their preferred choice. And often parents are very clear as to why they are making the appeal and consider that it should be an easy appeal. Unfortunately, in our experience, this is rarely the case, and it's important that we are considering the process, the evidence, and the decision objectively and clearly in order to best support our clients. How much involvement is required should really be considered on a case-by-case basis, and what can be added to the parents' arguments from a legal viewpoint, and how best to support them. Certainly, it can be helpful, of course, to consider the policy documents and the procedure followed in detail to ascertain whether there is any irregularity that has not been spotted. And of course, these are specific to each admissions authority. So whilst today I will take you through the legislative framework and the regulations and the guidance, it's always advisable to look more specifically at the specific admissions authority policies and procedures, just to clear off any irregularities there as well. So looking then at the legislative framework for school admissions, the primary legislation is, as per the slide, is the School Standards and Framework Act, so the SSFA 1998. The school admissions framework in England is heavily regulated to ensure consistency and fairness, and the SSFA is the principal statute, particularly Part 3, which sets out the duties of admission authorities, and Schedule 24, which governs the appeals. So the key regulations and guidance can be found in the sources shown on the slide, and I would suggest, as I've said, a thorough read to catch those parts which I won't be able to cover today, should you need to advise parents more generally. But specifically, the guidance is the Schools Admission Regulations 2012, the School Admissions Code 2021, and the School Admissions Appeal Code 2012. And these, of course, supplement the primary legislation that we've already identified. The School Admissions Regulations deal with procedural obligations like consultation and publication of arrangements.